Please help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Hey, if you're drawn to stories that cut deep and leave you breathless, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our storytelling family. Now let's get into it. I realized the depth of my mistake the very second I pulled my hand back. Time seemed to pause just long enough for the guilt to slam into me. His lips had barely left mine when reality crashed down. In that instant, I destroyed something I once believed unbreakable. My name is Naomi, and I had been married to Aaron for 6 years. To anyone watching, family, friends, co-workers, we were the couple people envied. The couple everyone pointed to and said, "See, love really does last." We laughed loudly, argued softly, and weathered storms that would have broken lesser marriages. Or at least that's what it looked like. By our 5th year, cracks started to appear. Aaron earned a major promotion, which we initially celebrated, but it brought brutal hours, endless deadlines, and stress that hardened him. I tried to be patient, but then loneliness crept in. Our conversations grew shallow. Humor faded. Date nights were postponed repeatedly until they vanished entirely. I began to feel invisible in my own home. I made an effort. I really did. Surprise dinners, wearing his favorite perfume, sending playful midday messages. Most went ignored. The ones he did respond to were met with fatigue and indifference. And then 6 months ago, I met Liam. He was a designer at the agency I freelanced with. Funny, attentive, thoughtful, unattached. He openly admitted he found me attractive, and I resisted every time. I mentioned Aaron constantly, wore my wedding ring like armor, reminding myself repeatedly I wasn't someone who crossed lines. Yet Liam noticed the little things I hadn't realized were missing. A new hairstyle, a stressed expression, the quiet ache I carried. He filled gaps I didn't know had grown so wide. I never intended for anything to happen. That's the lie I told myself. It happened on a Friday. The office was nearly empty, and Liam stayed late to help with a pitch. One moment we were laughing over a typo. The next, he held my hand, looking at me like I was the only person in the world. Then he kissed me, and I didn't pull away. I kissed him back long enough to cross a line, long enough to betray every promise I'd ever made. I stopped it before it went further, but the damage was done. I went home and stood under the shower until my skin stung. I hated what I had done, hated that I had craved attention, hated how easily I had given in, even for a fleeting moment. In the following days, I avoided Liam entirely, ignored texts, switched assignments, deleted every message. I was determined to bury it and pretend it never happened. Then, one night, Aaron came home earlier than expected. He stopped in the doorway, his expression a mixture I hadn't seen in years. Pain, disappointment, and a heartbreak dangerously close to despair. "I saw your messages," he said. My blood ran cold. "What?" "Your laptop was open. Slack. I read the conversation between you and Liam. My world crumbled. There was nothing to say. No excuse could explain it." He didn't yell. He didn't break down. He simply looked exhausted, defeated. "You know what hurts the most?" he whispered. "I was trying. I know I wasn't present. I know I worked too much. But I did it for us. For our future. And the moment I finally felt I could breathe again, this is what I come home to." I begged. I apologized. I tried to convince him it meant nothing, a single mistake. But even I could hear the hollowness in my words. That night, Aaron, faithful, loyal Aaron, packed a bag and walked out. The silence that followed nearly drove me mad. His scent lingered on the pillows, his shoes remained by the door. The echo of his laughter haunted the empty rooms. He blocked me everywhere. Emails, letters, messages, all ignored. I saw him once at a grocery store. He carried invisible weight, walked past me as though I were a stranger. Meanwhile, Liam kept trying to reach me. Messages, calls, even waiting outside the office. But I couldn't face him without seeing Aaron's broken expression. I told him to leave me alone. Thankfully, he did. I moved out of the house, needing space from where everything fell apart. My new apartment was small, cold, but at least the walls didn't whisper memories. I buried myself in work, but nights were merciless. In the quiet, the same question returned. Why did I do it? The truth? I don't have a real answer. I was lonely, exhausted, desperate to feel alive again. But none of that excuses the harm I caused. 7 months passed. Then one evening, I found a letter in the mailbox, handwritten by Aaron. He explained that he'd been in therapy, needed space to process, and wasn't writing to reopen the past, but to release his anger. He mentioned he had met someone. Not serious, but she made him smile again. He hoped I could find peace too. I cried until I couldn't breathe. Not because he moved on, but because he had found a way to forgive when I hadn't even forgiven myself. I live with the consequences every day. I don't expect sympathy, nor do I want excuses. But if this story reaches even one person, I hope it reminds them to pause before making a choice that could unravel everything. Sometimes it only takes one moment, one decision, to destroy what you thought would last forever. And sometimes all that's left is regret,